How do I plan an entry event? My name is Ryan Stoyer, Executive Director of Magnify Learning. Welcome to PBL Simplified for Teachers, where we break down your PBL need-to-knows so we can simplify the PBL process for your classroom. Today's need-to-know is, how do I plan an entry event? If you remember from the PBL versus a project video, the entry event is crucial. We want to launch a PBL unit with excitement and engagement. You want to have something that hooks the student into the work that you're doing, that it tells the students, your learners, what's your role in this PBL unit? Are you going to be an environmentalist? Are you going to be analyzing DNA? Are you going to be an architect, a film designer, a community advocate? What's your role? Because we want our learners to take on the role of whoever it is that does this work in the real world, right? Outside of school. You're going to bring that community partner in, and they can very well launch your entry event for you and with you. And that helps our learners start to see these new careers that maybe they haven't seen before as possibilities. So we're going to have them try on that hat. You want to lay out the problem during the entry event. So you want to say, hey, there's a lot of potholes outside of the school, and we are going to be looking as city planners, how can we help fix that? And then by the end of this, we're actually going to fill in these potholes. So you've laid out the problem, the process, and at the very end, we know that we're going to solve this problem. You want to give some clues throughout the entry event as well. We call them breadcrumbs, right? So you're just kind of dropping little hints throughout. So really in your entry event, you don't apologize for jargon or any kind of vocabulary that your learners might not know. At this point, just use those crazy isotope words and mitochondria and don't explain them, because you're also going to have your need-to-know session where the learners get to ask questions and they can say, whoa, I have no idea what a mitochondria is. I'm going to need to know that. Or I know that we've covered compound sentences before in previous years, but I don't really know how to use them. Right? So don't apologize for those. Just take it as a need-to-know and make it a workshop. You're trying to develop inquiry. So we're putting in some breadcrumbs to lead our learners down the path. And we also want to make sure in our entry event that we're connecting to the community. It's a great place to insert a community partner. They might come in for a half hour or an hour to talk to your learners to launch the project and say, hey, this is the work we're doing in the community and we want you to be involved in it. And a lot of organizations already have those outreach folks available for you. So if it's like a large museum, they have an outreach, zoos, the Hemophilia Society, like a lot of these organizations are trying to reach out to schools and they would love to jump into your entry event for you. And then an entry event is also a really good time after you do your need-to-know session. Put a rubric in there to start showing your learners what you're going to be doing over the next 4, 5, 6 weeks so that they can start to ask those need-to-knows as well. We're trying to build engagement and show part of the path that we're going to take learners down and get them really, really excited about it. If you've got an entry event that you've done before that really landed with your learners, would you put it down in the comments? Or maybe you've got one and you're not sure about it. Put that down there too and just put, hey, can I get some feedback? And then we can comment right on there and start to give you some ideas. If you look in the description below as well, you'll find some resources to help you build your entry event and a rubric to make sure it's top-notch and that it's going to engage your learners, tackle boredom, and transform your classroom.